just to start this off, I did kind of call this. I did call that the West Coast would shoot back, but in a, I don't want to say like a smaller capacity, but I do want to say that it wasn't who he was shooting at directly. Or maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't talking to Dot directly.
Mm-hmm.
He might have just been shooting at just the West Coast in general. And they sure did respond. You know, a couple people showed out. Daylight, I think he might have been the first person to respond, right?
Yeah, by a few hours.
Rayvon, who is signed to TDE, responded. And then there's another person that we're going to listen to named Coyote. I'm not sure who he's affiliated with, but he is West Coast, and he did respond as well. So I think we can start just talking about Rayvon for a little bit. Rayvon, he's cool. I knew of his music before. You know, he's been like he's caught my ear with a couple of his tracks. He was
at the pop out.
He was at the pop out. He opened for Isaiah Rashad when I saw him in Denver last year. I think TDE genuinely just has like more of a focus on where they're going. I think they're kind of putting some of their acts on the burner a little bit, like on the back burner, but I think this was a good way to kind of bring his attention up a little bit, just because, you know, he does like do this rap shit. And so if anybody's going to do it on the TDE camp right now, it's him or Soul Q. I don't think he's interested in that shit at all. You know, just in that TDE camp, I think it's probably going to be Rayvon. So I'm going to play it. He dropped a song called Crash Out Heritage. It does have a music video. Do y'all want to see the video?
Yeah, we can watch the video.
All right, let's watch the video. And patrons, you can see it too, because, you know, that's what we do out here. Immediately enthused.
Courage come from niggas who minds in the middle with nowhere. It's monsters where I'm from, you stuck if you trying to go there. Uncle was a crackhead, cocaine on his nose hairs, getting high with the low fares. No Jordans, just pro cares. What's with the sneak diss and taking shots at us, then hide the Uzi? Cause the only badass the world was recognizing is boozy. Please don't get confused with shooting the movies we're really shooting. Was on Soul album, so if you ask me, you look like a goofy. I hope this message reaches you well. And Tori, you should be ashamed of yourself. Cause DDG needed to sell. You did a verse from a sale. For you went to jail in a booth. Me and you was Keenan and Kel. Stranger things happen on the mic when niggas beef over L's. Don't think you shot her. I was praying for your freedom as well. You loyal to rappers in your early days. You beef with as well. If ain't no friendlies in a six, then we gon' blick you as well. Speaking on the land and it's a quiet place. Marathon, my soundtrack to life. We in a giant race. My hustle be for rappers, client base. Pray they don't violate. I'm trying to make it home to my daughters with my entire face. Ozempic claims on the block the way we losing the weight. Dissing my sign, leave you can shine. You're blue in the face. Y'all cheesy as fuck. Charcuterie base, the unity fake. This not an ad, but AD know the community straight. I'm back on Fig, I'm getting in shape. Been losing my mind, it's not where it was initially placed. Tomorrow won't be in the same place I am as today. The West Coast, the best coast. Now get the fuck out my... They ain't got it like us. We whooping feet and applying pressure. Point is that we been at they neck. Go get them diamond testers. Taking all fades off the back. Don't make me call for extra. That's why we always going off like black people smoke detectors. We raised Pac, Dre, and Nip. That's a heavenly trinity. And all we had was DJ Head to back us in the industry. They talking reckless. That's a death wish signed in blood. Bitch, this LA County, we baptized goofies in the mud. We really won't smoke with them niggas from the west side. We aliens on X-Files. You name the price, we best buy. Peasants don't contest guys. That shit that we can't let fly. On the dead homies, we'll turn them out to some dead guys. Cause y'all not willing to take it as far as we gon' take it, I swear for God. I mean, look at the evidence. I got love for every region, but the smart thing to do is to stay the fuck away from mine.
Rayvon, Crash Out Heritage.
Not bad.
Some good bars, some good shots. I would have liked a bit more focus from him. Like, you know, if you're going to attack. You know what I mean? If it was just going to be, all right, I'm going to say y'all names, but then I'm going to just kind of rap the rest, just more generic, that's fine too. But I would have liked a little bit more smoke. I actually don't think he can. If Joey decided to take that fade, I don't think Rayvon is going to have a great time dealing with Joe. But, you know.
That's where I agree in that sense. I do think Joey got more years in this, and Joey has more bars. Like, I don't think Rayvon is as seasoned as Joey is at this, but then again, I don't really know if we've seen Joey be this like, battle tested in that sense. I'm not sure if he's ever shot at anybody like that.
Not that I could
But the
think of.
pedigree is there, man. You could, you could see who's
it's there.
who's
He
better
definitely
than
has
who's
it.
not. Yeah,
But I'm not sure. And I feel like it's too easy to kind of shoot at him, Like, I think if Joey does shoot back, he's kind of looking at, like, somebody who's on TDE but is not, like, the best rapper in his camp. Like, there's, like, clear shots there to be made in terms of, like, who he's getting wiped down by in his own camp, needs to focus kind of on that.
yeah.
Using this as, like, the clout piece. But then again, like I was saying earlier, I don't think Joey kind of put a name on his bullet. I think it was more like just a, East Coast rep thing. And he did mention the West Coast. So he didn't, that's why I knew that somebody was going to respond from the West Coast, but I didn't think it was going to be Dot because he didn't say his name directly. And I still don't think Dot's even going to answer. If he does, it'll be like some sort of like,
subtle shit.
Yeah, some subtle shit, because that's all this really deserves. Like, he didn't say his name, and even if he did say his name, I really don't even think that, we're a month away from the Super Bowl. Like we talked about before, Dot it has no interest in getting in no, like, beefs after he just strangled himself a goat, as he likes to say. But I do like where he says literally crash out heritage and crash out, like, this is where we're from. I do like that he calls out him directly, and responds to him directly, putting his name on the bullets. Since then, he has also doubled down and tagged Joey on Twitter. People are basically saying that, he's not going to respond, and stuff like that. But he's like, well, that's on him. But I want him to know that I'm shooting at him, So I do appreciate that he's following through because, otherwise it just looks like a clout thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's basically calling out. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I'm not sure who's gonna respond back. I don't know if there's any like East Coasters that might, send some shots back. I don't think Joey necessarily will respond to him. But there's some other people that he could respond to as well. But he brought up Tory as well. Yeah. Which I'm not really sure where that whole thing comes from. I know that he said that I guess he was close to him, and I guess that maybe they had some sort of falling out ever since the case happened and everything went there, and he brought up DDG as well. I'm not really sure how that's how that went, but clearly he's got some beef and mentioned him. I don't think Toy responds.
I don't think he can.
I don't think he can. Yeah, I don't think
there's a little problem with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like that's kind of a weak shot, responding or sending shots at somebody that literally cannot respond to you in this sense of fashion.
I mean, he be doing them prison tapes.
Yeah,
which
but using your prison time to record a diss track back at somebody who.
What else he got to do?
Yeah, shit else to do. I would do it. I for sure would do it. Yeah, but it's definitely a good song. I like that. People are shooting at each other. I still think it's all in competition. It's all in just like
sport, man. The
sport and building it up and making sure niggas pens and they we used to call it swords. It's sharp. You know what I mean? Like you gotta test it, man. You gotta test it, and it does raise stock. Like this whole idea of clout chasing is so whack to me because we should all become more popular based on competition. Like if you're at the top and I call you out and I beat you, I should raise my stock up. That's a good thing.
Like ranked games.
Yeah, it's like ranks. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, that's a good thing. That's not clout. Oh, you only shooting at me because I'm at the top. Yeah, nigga, that's what happens when you at the fucking top. Why would I just be comfortable with you at the top and I want to be at the top? I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like that happens in all aspects of life. That happens, you know what I'm saying? And with relationships, that happens with work. You know what I mean? You gotta position yourself the best way you can. So it's battling again. That's why we are different. Hip hop and people that come from that cloth are different. Y'all do what y'all want to do with y'all little circles, but over here, we make sure that the people that really is about that shit and can represent, go ahead and represent. And I actually did want to bring up one bar because he brought up my favorite person on the internet. My nigga Faux Extra. Do y'all know who Faux Extra is?
Tell us. Tell the people.
Faux Extra, and let me make sure that I get this perfectly correct, because if I don't, Faux Extra might have something to say about it. Okay, so Faux Extra is a 40 block crip from the West Coast. Obviously, he's been making his rounds on like podcasts and stuff like that. But basically, most of his content is about fighting. It's about squabbing. He's like, they calling him Darth Vader. They basically said, this nigga goes on these podcasts and talks about getting into all of these fights when he was in county jail. But the way he describes the fights, he's got to be the most gangster nigga to ever live. Like, he just has to be the toughest nigga you've ever seen in your life, because he don't take no, it's different.
How do you treat the non-affiliates in jail?
Oh, man. Well, you know, man, I don't give no non-affiliate no space, man. Because this the reason why I don't get him no space. Because in South Central, it ain't no such thing to me as a non-affiliate. Because a non-affiliate lives in the area and he runs with them. He hangs out with them. We got them. They got them. Everybody got them. You know what I'm saying? So when they go to jail, all of a sudden, I'm a non-affiliate now. So this is what I hit them with. Hey, where you from? Iron Bay. Where you live? Here. So you hang out over there. You been living over there how long? So you hang out over there. Yeah. You one of them. Take your ass to the back. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're a non-affiliate, as soon as you walk in, you should automatically be a trustee passing out my burritos.
When he say take your ass to the back is where they go fight. It's like he's saying like, you gotta line up, you gotta fade me, nigga. If you from that side and if you from a hood that's beefing with my hood, we gotta fight. It don't matter what you do. I don't know why you in here. I don't give a fuck. We gotta fight. This nigga takes all fades. He takes all fades. It don't matter. Nigga say he fought 20 niggas in one afternoon. I swear to God, he is on record saying that he faded 20 niggas in one afternoon one time. Shout out my nigga Faux Extra, man. On Vernon Avenue, dead homies. That nigga said, I don't care if you a space monster. We gotta get out. Yo, listen, man. I respect it, man. Certain niggas just understand. Man. He's great. So shout out to Rayvon for giving it. Like, here's the thing. He been popping out for a while, for like a couple months. Ain't nobody like say he capping. That's the one thing. The nigga from a set that everybody know. So if he was lying, somebody would have popped out by now. Instead he lying.
Yeah.
It sound like he real to me. So nah, man. Faux Extra is he one of them for real. That's my guy.
Anything else we got to say about Rayvon before we move on to the next track that I want to share?
Nah, we got a couple things to get to.
All right. I want to share his name is Coyote. He's from the West Coast. His diss, it's a short diss, a minute long. Top 5 Joey Badass diss. He had this on Twitter.
Who the fuck your top 5? Point them out. Bow, 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 bow. Cross them out. What the fuck you dummy talking about? You know who the best is from Cali down to Texas? I'm hungry as a motherfucker. Better tuck your necklace. Fuck your guest list. I'm crashing a party. I'm drunk as fuck. So what? I'm tripping on everybody. Back the fuck up. Don't invite me this high kid. If you ever did me dirty, I'ma never forget. I played it cool for too long. Now it's revenge of the spits. I'm really better. That's a fact. That's not even a diss. If the shoe fits, wear it, you bitch. I heard the rulers back, I'm like, word. But when I looked, it wasn't Slick Rick. It was a subpar rapper sucking West Coast dick. Some chick named Joey, I guess that she's a badass bitch. This the West Coast. We ain't ducking nothing around here. If you mad now, you really gon' be pissed off all year. Cause we just getting started, the land of the brokenhearted. LA is like a cemetery to your favorite artists. So go ahead, keep poking on the California grizzly. Where I'm from, we eating tacos, it makes sense you sucking glizzy. Where I'm from, they spin the block so much they hella dizzy. You throwing shots and coming right back at you like a frisbee. Rah. Yeah, LA versus everybody.
Coyote, top 5 in parentheses. Joey Badass diss.
Not mad at that.
Yeah, he went right straight to it too.
Straight to it.
He didn't waste no time.
That was a long minute. He got a lot of bars in there in a minute.
Yeah, for real.
That was a lot. That was like 30 bars in a minute. That was a lot.
Yeah. I
But
like
shout out to him, for
again,
sure.
like I said, I like that people not wasting no time putting their names on bullets. I hope that this stays in this section of people talking about where they from and repping from where they from, because I think we lost a lot of that. I don't know why, but we haven't heard like too much of that recently. For whatever reason, you know, it happened a lot like in the early 2000s and you know, and before that obviously, but I'm not sure exactly when it stopped happening as much, but I'm glad that we're on the rise with this again.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm sure the South gonna have something to say at some point. I don't know who shoots at him, you know. I think I would like to hear something from Big X. You know, I think Big X
that'd be hilarious.
Big X got like a good like diss voice. You know what I'm saying? Like if he's shooting at somebody, I'm gonna listen.
Last thing I want to hear before I get dissed is, "Hey,
Hey,
over some funky ass beat,
yeah. He gonna dish you over like a
Disco Land."
boogie Wonderland, some shit like that. Yeah, he gonna hit you with a Boogie Wonderland sample, Earth, Wind and Fire, and it's just
you gonna be bumping it.
yeah, it's gonna be hot too. So
Man, the best times in hip hop is when there's this type of energy. There's the competition. It's so competition is always great. It's great in so many different avenues. So like, I'm always excited. People talk about the Source Awards and how intense the Source Awards back was in '94 when there was that East Coast West Coast thing, and like Snoop Dogg was like, the East Coast ain't got no love for Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. But everyone always forgets that same night, Andre 3000 got up there after they won for Best Album and said, the South got something to say. Y'all all talking about everybody else, the South got something to say. So again, this has been a long, you know, everyone needs to go back into their corners and just figure out what they want to
reevaluate.
Yeah, reevaluate. Fuck all that mixing, bro. Yeah, that's cool. You still got to tap in over here. We still got to tap in over there. But we from over here and y'all from over there. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Like that. Who else do you think responds from the East Coast? Do you think there's any type of responses that happens there?
It's kind of tough because Joey doesn't really have a lot of like alignment.
Backup.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he's not really one that's like in for real. You know what I mean? And like put it like this, you know if somebody shot at Benny, you know what's coming behind Benny. You know what I mean? You know what's coming behind 38 or you know what I mean? It's somebody coming behind him. Joey, you know, Pro Era is not really like an active crew. Even behind Rocky, it's gonna be some pop-ups. You know what I mean? And niggas is gonna have to deal with what they gotta deal with. Joey is kind of by himself. You know what I mean? So I would like to see some unity happening. You know what I mean? And maybe somebody surprises me. But I don't know. It's tough.
My long shot prediction is that Joey responds to everybody and puts the names on the bullets, you know. So it's like he might call the track Ray Ray or something, or you know, he might call the other track Coyote Ugly or something like that. I don't know. He might do something where he's responding to everybody that threw shots back at him, which I'd like to hear that because this felt like a tap. Like Joey shot the rulers back, felt like it's a little tap. But I think when he really gets in and just starts using his pen to like send actual directed shots at these people, I think it could be beautiful. So we'll see what happens. Well, you will see what happens, especially after tagging a nigga on Twitter. I think you definitely ask for it at that point.
Yeah. Hoping for some type of response.
Let me ask you a question though.
Yeah.
Can Rayvon talk to Joey Badass? Can he? Is he allowed to? You know what I mean? Just on some, like, bro, all right, if it was Ab Soul, for sure. You know what I mean? Or if it was, you know, obviously Schoolboy, but like J-Rock or somebody, yeah. Rayvon, I'm not responding to Rayvon. I might respond to Isaiah Rashad. I'm not responding to Rayvon. Can Joey take that stance, being who Joey is? Being that he shot at Kendrick. Nah, right? You got to take all fades.
Yeah.
You got to take
I think
all
the
fades.
way that he came, the West Coast dick, like he opened it up for, like, you know, direct. I'd say if he put the name on the bullet and said Dot's name directly, then at that point, he don't got to respond to nobody else but Dot. But being that he opened it up and just talked about the West Coast as a whole, you got to, and there's going to be more, I'm sure, that send more disses back. So you got to do it appropriately. I would love to see him take on 10 fades. I would love to see him just like send back like shots at every single person.
A tape. He thought the tape just a disc for each person.
Yeah, just back to back to back with the name, the track list is the names of all the people that he's shooting at. I would love to see that.
Yeah,
I would love to see that from Joey, and I feel like it'd be a good exercise to really get him back in here and really boost his shit up. Like, I think people, so Rayvon, when he put this tweet out, he's like, "Oh, I think he probably didn't see it yet. You know, it'll hit his phone eventually, but he probably, you know, busy on power or some shit like that or whatever. You know, just busy acting. So." But it'll hit his phone eventually. I forgot to mention. That's what he said in his tweet when he tagged him. So,
which is funny because that's an extra shot because that means that he didn't even finish watching that season of Power. You know, Joey, he can't be on the show anymore. Unfortunately, so like, you disrespected me by not even finishing my season, bro. You left me on episode 6. That's crazy.
Yeah. So. But I definitely do think that he responds, and I would love to see some sort of track list in there. That would be very, very, very exciting. But we won't see the end of it for sure. And since he's by himself, like you said, like he don't really have that much backup, so it'll be interesting to see him literally just take on for the East Coast. Because at this point, I'm not really sure who else would even be rallying behind him. But I guess we'll have to see.
And again, to be fair though, they are shooting at Joey, not the East Coast.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah.